Shall we start, you think?
Probably yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, hello everyone, and thank you for coming. This is a lecture 17 conducted by Karen Odell, who is Healing Touch Certified Practitioner. Karen Odell received her biofield therapist certification through the Healing Touch program. She has also completed the Human Light System course and the BioWell Advanced Level 2 training. She is also a registered psychotherapist with a bachelor's degree in psychology from Argosy University with a specialty certification in trauma and abuse. Karen also received her medical training and certification as an emergency medical technician through the U.S. Army as a combat medic. Karen is currently completing a master's degree in mind-body medicine with the Saybrook University and have worked as an in-home health and hospice care provider for the past 20 years. So now I can give the floor to Karen Odell.
Hi, everybody. It's good to be here. And I just finished my master's degree. Yes.
Hi.
Done.
Congratulations. Nice one.
Thank you. Now I'm taking a break before I do the PhD. Yes. Well, today I'll be speaking on the human energy system. And what I'll be speaking of are just the basics of what we know so far and about the major chakra centers or energy centers, which there are 7 major chakras or energy centers in the body. And those energy centers spin to generate our biofield layers, which we have 7 major layers to our energy field. And each chakra generates a layer of that field. So we'll be going over the composition and function of the chakra centers and the energy field. I can share my... So we can see the slides. There we go. Are you guys able to see the slides now?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as I stated, it's an introduction to the human energy system, and we'll go over the basics, composition, and function. The curriculum of the entire course is broken down into 3 lectures, and the first one, which is today, like I said, will be the chakras and energy centers. The second one will be the basics of sensing the energies, and the third one will get into energy therapy techniques as taught by the Healing Touch program. So we're going to begin with the chakras. We have 7 major chakras, starting with the root chakra. Chakras are generally in alignment, in a healthy condition, in a healthy psychological state of a person. They'll be in a good alignment, centered up the center of the body. If the chakras are off center, off to the right or to the left by a significant amount, this could indicate a compromise in that specific chakra center. So when we start with the root chakra is the color red. It's located at the end of the spine between the anus and the genitals in the perineum area. The energy from the root chakra is from the earth. It's the earth element, and it connects the organism to the earth. It keeps us grounded. It functions to ground the organism and facilitate survival. The root chakra is where we have our survival instincts, and it's also associated with vital force, power, stamina, and our sense of smell. The psychological aspects of the chakra include safety, prudence, patience, vigilance, selfishness, self-defense, and struggle. When an organism finds itself in danger, the root chakra is a major backup for this to signal the fight or flight, so the organism can function and make decisions quickly to save itself in the environment. The physical aspects include adrenal glands, the skeleton, the backbone, spinal cord, kidneys, and rectum. The functional aspects that are linked with the root chakra include motor functions, endurance, vitality, inner strength, love of living through body fitness. And working with this chakra can facilitate strengthening of the immune system, improvement of mood, improvement in your endurance, and decisiveness as far as executive cognitive function. When we are not grounded into the earth through our root chakra, we can become kind of flighty, and it's not as easy to go through the decision-making process and to make quick, informed decisions if we are not properly grounded. Any questions on the root chakra? The next one up, we have the sacral chakra. The color is orange, and it's located between 4 and 6 centimeters below the navel at the pubic bone. The energy of the sacral chakra is the energy of life, and the element is water. The functions are to reflect and affect emotions and feelings. So our sacral chakra is where we hold our emotions. It's responsible for functioning through love, happiness, sadness, depression, jealousy. All of these we hold in our sacral chakra. So if we're feeling stressed or tense, we could have some tummy issues. The sacral chakra is located there, and stress, as we all know, has a lot of effects on the body, from the gut to the heart to the brain. So the sacral chakra is associated with material creativity, attractiveness, and our sense of taste. The psychological aspects include passion, self-appraisal, fear, authority, aggressiveness, contempt, egoism, and thrift. The physical aspects are, of course, our digestive system, bowels, and urinary genital system. So working with the sacral chakra can facilitate spiritual growth, reduction of negative emotions such as jealousy and anger, lust, and it has the ability to transform greed to enable success. It includes the will of destruction and sexual power in our sacral chakra. So it is a very strong emotional center of our energy system. Next, we have the solar plexus, which is about 5 to 7 meters above the navel. The energy is of morality, and the element here is fire. It functions to reflect and affect mental function. So our solar plexus is our functioning of intellect. Also executive cognitive function. When we are studying or deeply involved trying to understand abstract concepts, our solar plexus chakra, the energies generated help facilitate learning in this area and growth of intellect. It's also associated with will, persistence, resolution, power, and vision. The psychological aspects include self-affirmation, courage, self-expression, fear, guile, emotionality, and enthusiasm. The physical aspects, of course, are the solar plexus, where it's located, the stomach, pancreas, liver, and excretory glands. The functional aspects include body perception, how we view our physical body, our perceptions of self, motivation to achieve self-satisfaction, and coordinating our movements. Working with this chakra also facilitates healing, improved health, organizing skills and cognitive function, speech, and clarity in forming ideas. Next, we have the heart chakra. The heart chakra is often considered the bridge between the physical chakras or energy centers, which are more connected to the material realm and earth, and the heart bridges that gap between the physical and the spiritual, the divine, or the universal energies. The color of the chakra is green. It's located in the center of the thorax at our heart. The energy is of love. The element is air for the chakra, and it functions to facilitate love. Many people believe that the top priority of the human psyche is to receive love and acceptance. However, this is actually the second imperative. The top priority of the human psyche is to give love. So our first priority is to give love to others. Our next priority is to receive that love in return. And the heart functions in this manner, and it functions to facilitate that love. It's also associated with harmony and kindness and compassion. The physical aspects include cardiovascular system, blood circulation, thyroid glands, lungs, and mammary glands. Psychological aspects include love of others, empathy, responsibility, and indecision. The functional aspects of the heart chakra include self-love, love to others, tactile senses through motor nerves, and the ability to obtain what is desired. So our heart functions as our material manifestor. The emotions that stem from the heart generate specific vibrational frequencies. Depending on the emotion you're holding, this emotion affects the quality of the frequencies that are generated. And different frequencies can affect different physiological systems. Working with this chakra facilitates improved self-control, inner strength, wisdom, emotional control, confidence, harmonization with the environment, and action, creativity, inspiration, and overcoming obstacles. Also, working with the heart chakra facilitates a balance of the yin and yang energies in the system. Excuse me. Then we have the throat chakra. It's a light blue in color. It's located at the throat by the thymus and the base of the neck. The energy of the throat chakra is creativity, and the element is the ether. It functions to promote speaking one's truth and speaking one's feelings. It's associated with creativity, harmony, self-actualization, composure, and hearing. The psychological aspects include emotional, spiritual activity, emotion, inspiration, creation, and sociability. The physical aspects are the throat, the neck, esophagus, heart, lungs, and the spinal cord. The functional aspects include creativity, breathing, sigh and sound, swallowing, and the last zone is related to time and space. Working with the chakra facilitates prophetic gift, purity, clarity of mind, and melodiousness of voice, and a calmness in the organism. Then we have the third eye chakra. It's the color blue. It's located in the center of the brain. It's the energy of the mind and intuition. The element of this chakra is light, and it works to facilitate visions and dreams. It's associated with intuition, will, and wisdom. And the psychological aspects include intellect, reason, logic, inspiration, analysis, and imagination. The physical aspects encompass the nervous system, the head, the hypothalamus, the hypophysis, and the brain. Functional aspects include understanding of concepts, clairvoyance, instinct, recognition, and understanding of one's abilities, and imagination, the ability to create visions and manifest those visions. Working with this chakra helps to promote an understanding of the essence of things, a deeper understanding, a realization and an identification of the bigger picture. It helps with an ability to know the past, present, and future. And working with this chakra also facilitates settlement of karmic debts. Finally, we have the crown chakra, which is located on the crown of the head, the vertex at the top of the head. The energy is that of will, creativity, and consciousness. The element is light, and it functions to facilitate our spiritual connection with the universal energies or the divine, whatever name it is that you have for it. It's associated with the collective consciousness and superconsciousness, and with cosmic perception and unity. So the crown chakra is our connection to what Jung coined the collective consciousness. It links us with our fellow man, and not only that, it links us with the universal energies and the bigger picture. The psychological aspects include wisdom, enlightenment, spirituality, integrity, self-actualization, and unselfishness. Physical aspects encompass the brain, the pineal gland, hormone balance, skin, and reproduction. Functional aspects include philosophical and superior abstract thinking, pure intention, superconsciousness, reason, and it helps to facilitate the transformation of thought into brain activity. And this generates our manifestation abilities. When we put a positive thought and emotion behind a goal, it helps to facilitate the manifestation of this goal. It is a huge play in self-fulfilling prophecy. Whether you believe that you can't or that you can, it's the truth. Whatever you believe is what is going to manifest through the energies of this chakra. And working with this chakra assists to facilitate universal consciousness and that link with the collective field, with superconsciousness, and joining with spiritual self. It also facilitates a complete calming of the organism. And we know that when we are in a state of calm and relaxation, our cognitive functions flow much smoother. Our ability to think, make decisions, and be informed is much more proficient when we are in a relaxed state. As I stated earlier, each chakra spins to generate a layer of our energy body. There are 7 main layers, or 7 energy bodies, to our energy field, or biofield, however you want to call it. The first layer, which is generated by the root chakra, is the etheric field, and that fits tightly around the body. And the etheric field is the body's physical double. It is a blue-gray structured grid work that extends slightly beyond the physical body. So we look, it's maybe about to right here. And it correlates with the root chakra. The second body, which is generated by the sacral chakra, is the emotional field. This field contains our emotions. It's an amorphous cloud, it's colorful, and the colors depend on our emotional state. It extends beyond the etheric body, and it is generated by the sacral chakra. The third layer or body in our system is the mental field. This is generated by the solar plexus. It's a yellow gold in color, and it's a structured grid work, and it correlates with the solar plexus chakra. When energy medicine practitioners are working with an individual to give a healing treatment, it's the layers of the energy field that are being worked with along with the chakras. negative experiences, energies, environmental energies from others, from electronics, from radios, these all have an effect on our energy body, on our biofield. And these can be cleared from the biofield to make it smooth and uncompromised. And this is what the energy practitioners work with. Then we have the astral body. It's an amorphous cloud of rainbow colors. It extends beyond the mental body. It correlates with the heart chakra. And it bridges spiritual with material. This is the bridge, is the heart. And we have the etheric template. This is a blue grid surrounding the body which supports the health of the physical body. It correlates with the throat. The etheric template has all of the programming, you could say, for our physiological being. So the etheric template holds all of the DNA programming for our body. So it's the etheric template that says how the body is going to grow, what organs are there. This field holds that imprint or that blueprint for the physiological body. Next, we have the celestial body, which is the sixth body. It's associated with the third eye chakra, and it's seen as shards of rainbow light that are emitted from the core of the organism. And we finally have the etheric template, which is associated with the crown chakra. It's a golden shell around the physical body and auric bodies, which create a boundary between the universal energy field and the individual energy fields. So this boundary and all of the layers of our chakra create our biofield or our energy field. This energy field is very important for maintaining our health, and it also acts as a shield for us to help protect us against any negative environmental energies or any negative energies coming from another individual. Now, when I say positive or negative, my meaning behind this doesn't mean really good or bad. It means how we are perceiving this energy. So if someone is in a really bad mood, say they're really angry about something, you can feel the quality of that energy coming from the person. We've all walked into a room and felt tension so thick that it's overwhelming, it's almost crushing. And these are the energies that we're feeling from others. So the quality of our energy emissions affects other people in our environment and in our proximity. So the shield is very important to keep whole and without any breaks, so that these energies that can be harmful to our physiological and psychological being do not penetrate the energy layer. So our biofield helps to protect us against all of these things. And a moment of anger acts to decimate our biofield. If you guys have worked with the bio well and you've ever seen any scans done on someone that is experiencing anger, you will see that the energy field around the body is pretty much gone completely, almost non-existent. And it takes about a good 15 minutes to start to build that energy field back up again once the anger has decimated it. So it's good to feel your anger, experience it, move through it, and then let it go to build that good energy back up so you've got your shield again. Okay. So then we come to the basics of sensing this energy system. There are many ways to do it, and I will go over just a few of them today so that if you guys want to, you can practice sensing the energy, and then we can see what you guys have experienced and found out at our next lecture. But before I get into that, does anybody have any questions over the chakras or the energy bodies?
Maybe one question. Okay, the basics are well known. But when I'm looking to the picture of the energy scan in the software of GDV, I see how the chakras are in the line or they are beside. And most of the time, I have always the same picture. Maybe I show you, and maybe you can tell me what it means. I try to change the camera. Wait. Oh, I can't. It's not possible. I see.
Okay.
So maybe I show you like this. You see?
I see.
Okay. It means the crown chakra is in the middle. Okay. But then from it turns to the right side. To the right side. And from the heart chakra down, it is on the left side. Very often, I have this kind of arrangement of the chakras every time I'm scanning my fingers. Okay. And my question is, can you tell me something about this picture of this arrangement of chakras? What does it mean?
Yes. Okay. When the chakras are, if you look at the GDV, the BioWell scan picture, you'll see that there is a blue box around the shadow. And when they are off to the right side, like out of that optimal range, if they're way off to the right or way off to the left, this is a psychological status, and it shows that if, for example, if a chakra is way off to the right side of the system, it shows
yes.
The heart chakra is way out to the right side. They're looking outside themselves. They're more of an extroverted state of mind. If the heart chakra is over there, they're looking outside themselves for answers, as opposed to inside. So if we have someone that the heart chakra is way off to the right side in the extroversion field, then they're looking outside of themselves for answers. They're looking outside of themselves for self-love, for happiness, for these emotions. So in these instances, I would suggest, if this is something that is a constant, that the heart chakra is always way out to the extroversion side, in this instance, I would suggest to the person that they start looking inside and recognizing all of their gifts, all of their resources. And this helps the individual to go inward and to identify all of the things within themselves that they're looking for outside. If the heart chakra is way over to the left and the introverted side, it could indicate someone that is very introverted and very protective of their emotions, someone that does not like to or is not comfortable with voicing their emotions, with being upfront about how they feel. There are a lot of individuals that it's hard for them to speak their feelings. And this can be the case if the heart chakra is way over to the left side. So when the chakras are out of balance this way, what we look at first is, which chakra is it? What are the functional aspects of that chakra? And then we can start to determine and get a picture of what's going on. And then when we know the individual's story, when they tell us or give us some clues about what's going on in their life, then this gives us a better indication of why that chakra is off to one side. For example, right now, since I'm giving a lecture and I'm providing information, my heart chakra as well as my solar plexus chakra would be off to the right. They would be hanging out on the extrovert side because I am giving this information to another. I am trying to give you my energy, my knowledge. So yeah, these chakras would be way over to the right for me right now if I did a scan of myself, because I'm going outward and I'm giving this energy outward instead of looking inward.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Fine. Thank you.
Okay. And then I was going to show you guys real quick. Can you see my screen right now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, let me go back into here. How do I get that back up? I'm going to show you a picture. Here we go.
Yes, it's a nice gray color.
Okay. All right. Yeah, is the picture available now?
No.
No?
Yes.
It's
yes.
there.
Now it's gone. Fine.
Okay. This is an image of my son when he was very angry.
Oh.
So you can see how his energy field is just decimated. And we see the anger represented as a huge spike coming out of the heart. We see a lot of activity on the brain as well, and around the throat, because he is telling me how he feels and that he is very upset. So we see a lot of energy in these areas, but none around the system. So we see that anger just decimates this field. And then when we look at the chakra alignment of this, his heart chakra looks like the Grinch. So we see what anger does to the system. And this is just experiencing a moment of anger. This is just a moment. So if we then go in to look at our health status wheel, this is what anger does to our physiological function. We see that everything is decimated. There is no energy in immune system, nervous system, urinary, genital, anywhere. The only place we see any kind of energy at all is in the cerebral zone, because he's very centered in his anger, and cardiovascular system, because boy, that part, and the throat, throat, larynx, thyroid, because he is voicing this emotion. He's voicing this anger. So we see an energy spike in this area of the throat because he's voicing his anger. We also see it, like I said, in the cerebral zone, because he's very into this emotion right now. We also see the same reflection in the energy reserve. So yeah, anger is not a good thing on the system. We can see that organ systems have been thrown way out of balance as well by this emotion. And organs' energy is just way down. So yeah, that's anger on the system. Then we have, this is an image of myself preparing to provide an energy therapy treatment. We can see that the normal optimal parameters for a person are usually between 40 to 60 joules. But when an energy therapy practitioner is amping up to provide a treatment, it's hanging at 117 joules. So when I act as a conduit for this energy, it flows through my body and it amplifies the joules that I'm emitting so that I can provide that for my client. You'll see the chakras are very full as well. The index is 100% there. Everything is wide open for me to give that energy. If we look at analysis, emotional pressure is high because it's building up that energy. Mm-hmm.
Now when I see this, the balance, you are in a high emotional stature, mm-hmm. and you are over 100% with energy, with the intensity. Mm-hmm. First time that I see that somebody is over 100%. Last time I've been in around 93% of mm-hmm. energy, and the balance was was optimal. It means, so what I want to know is it is easier to have a good or a higher energy when your emotional feeling is in direction of stress or fear. No, what I want to know is there a difference when I show to this analyze? I think it is better to be in a situation of balance, which is optimal or is quiet, than to be in direction of fear or stress, right?
Yes, correct. What we are finding in the field of energy medicine is that emotions of gratitude, love, joy, these emotions act to facilitate balance and optimal energy output among physiological and energetic systems. They also establish a psychological calm and balance as well. So stress, we all know that stress and emotions of anger, sadness, these things act to debilitate our energy system and our physiology. When we're stressed, the stress hormones kick in. It affects our executive cognitive functions. We're not able to think as clearly. It affects our gut and our gut bacteria. The stress hormones induce and facilitate a production of that gut bacteria that is unsettling to the tummy. The gut communicates with the brain, and the gut will actually tell the brain, hey, I'm stressed. I'm not in a good state. And this in turn builds more stress in the body. So the way that we switch off that fight or flight response when we're operating in that mode is to find something that calms us down, to start thinking of our happy thoughts, to counteract those effects. We have found that when a system is operating in that fight or flight mode all the time, when they're always stressed, it debilitates cognitive function. It affects the gut bacteria. We've seen disorders develop such as ulcers, all kinds of different tummy issues can occur when a body is in that stress mode all the time. So yes, in the practice of energy medicine, particularly in the Healing Touch program, the emphasis is on intent and quality of emotion. Because if an energy practitioner is angry when they're giving a treatment, it's going to affect the quality of the energy they're delivering to the client. So we always want to be in a positive, appreciative, caring mental state when we provide that energy. And what happens is each emotion has a specific vibrational frequency. So emotions of love and gratitude will generate frequencies that fall within 0.3 hertz to 30 hertz. So positive emotions generate 3 to 30 hertz of energy. These ranges, the numbers within the 3 to 30, particularly like 7 hertz of energy, that has been identified by the biomedical field to stimulate bone growth. 15 hertz stimulates regeneration of tissue, ligament healing. 10 hertz can stimulate cell growth. So biomedical field has identified different frequencies that help to facilitate physiological healing within the body. And they found that energy medicine practitioners are generating these energies in those frequency ranges. And so thereby have identified that these are some of the mechanics by which energy treatments work.
Okay, yes.
So it's all intent, yes, and emotion. So yeah. And when we're acting as a conduit for that energy, the energy medicine practitioner actually gets a treatment as well, because we're a conduit. We're receiving that energy and running it through our own body as well. So you can see here, just by me running this energy and preparing for a treatment, I have increased everything in my system. I've increased my energy levels. I've filled in my chakras. Now, we don't want to walk around in a state like this all the time because you're just way too open. So this is only conducive for a healing treatment. And then my organs balance, everything. You can see everything has a really nice balance to it. And energy reserves, of course, are off the charts here. Yeah. So, and this is receiving the earth and universal energies, and me just acting, yeah, as a conduit and putting my appreciation and love into it to bring those vibrational frequencies up to beneficial levels.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
I have a question. How did you manage to scan your son in an anger?
Even when he's really mad, he's very cooperative.
Okay.
So I told him, I said, while you're yelling, and this was about an hour later. This is him about an hour later.
Okay.
He's still just back in. So yeah, I told him, while you're yelling at me, put your fingers in the box.
The science. Good.
I told him, I said, you know, you're angry, you're telling me you hate me and you hate your life and you hate this. And this was a result of, he had asked for a friend to spend the night. He had just got home from school. He stayed after. So it was like a 9-hour day for him. So he was exhausted. He was hungry for dinner. He was, yeah, tired, hungry. And then he wanted a friend to spend the night. And I told him no. So then he was really mad. And yeah, totally going off. And I said, okay, honey, while you're going off like this, put your fingers in the box. I'm going to show you what anger does to your system. So he did. He put his fingers in the box and I showed him the scan and he was just blown away. When he saw what that anger did to his energy field, he was amazed.
Yeah, that's good.
So, then we started working on happy thoughts and getting rid of that anger. And this is the next image. You can see it's a couple hours later. It's starting to fill in nicely. You know, we see those breaks. He's almost whole again. And then after that, now we see, yes, the field is back. He's playing. He's having lots of fun. We're playing with energy. I'm showing him how to direct energy. So you see his joules are way up at 81 right now. Because I'm showing him how to ground into the earth, receive the earth's energy, and facilitate those good feelings of appreciation and love.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
You're welcome. I love to share this one with people because it really has an impact. I mean, you can see what anger does to your system.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Karen, how old was your son when you tested him?
I'm sorry, how what?
How old was the child when you tested?
He was, I think, 11 in this one. 10, excuse me. 10. He was 10 years old in that one, yeah.
And since what age you use the GDV camera with him?
I started using the GDV camera with him as soon as I got the camera. So he was probably around 9 years old or so when I started using the BioWell with him. And I've used it on children. Who's the youngest that I've scanned? Oh, I think Lainey is the youngest. I think the youngest scan I've done was 6-year-old, either 5 or 6 years old. So if they're old enough to know how to put their fingers in that box, and usually what I'll do is I'll place my finger on their hand and I'll show them, look, you go in just like this and very gently, you don't want to smash it. You know, I just kind of show them and touch their hands so they can feel the pressure to put on it. And then, yeah, they're great about it. Sometimes I might have to put a towel or something over the BioWell to keep extra light out because their fingers are so little. But otherwise, yeah, and children's scans are always going to be a little different. You know, we can't compare them to a scan of an adult because their bodies are still growing. They've got all of these hormones and chemical processes going on in their bodies, and their emotions change so fast that, yeah, it's hard to get kind of a baseline for a kid because there is so much activity in their energy system. But we can see what emotions result in, what effects that emotions have, and we can show them. And this is a great tool for helping children become aware of their energy system and become aware of what their emotions do to their physical bodies. So yeah, like, I mean, as a result of this, my son, you know, he'll get angry, he'll express that anger, you know, get it out, experience it, express it, and then he lets it go and he moves on because he knows that holding anger is going to keep his system like this, and that it's not good. It's only hurting him. It's not hurting the person he's mad at. It's just hurting him. So this helps him become aware of that and see that. And yeah, the kids, I've scanned a lot of kids and they really love this. They love to see their energy. It's not something that's taught in schools because the energy system is so new. And we're just finally developing a strong evidence base in the biomedical field, at least here in the Western hemisphere. Because here in the US, our medical practice has generally been based on preventative care, throw drugs at it, and that's it. You know, we're finally starting to evolve here to where we're practicing preventative medicine, to where we're looking in a holistic view at the human organism and going, well, we can't just try to throw drugs at physical problems. We need to find the root. It could be psychological. It could be spiritual. We have to take a holistic approach because when something is wrong in one system, whether it be the energy system, the psychological, or the physiological, one thing affects the entire organism. So if somebody is depressed all the time, that is going to affect their physiology. They're going to start feeling symptoms somewhere in the body. However, it's going to present. Physical symptoms are going to arise as a result of psychological issues, and vice versa. If someone is experiencing physical symptoms, people that have chronic illness, this affects their psychological state. It can induce depression and a lot of other negative emotions. So the BioWell too, especially, helps us get that perspective of the organism as a whole. It shows us psych status, it shows us energy, it shows us physiology. So we can see how everything interacts, and that it's very important to look at all of these aspects and not just the physiological when we're looking at healing and health.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So, are there any other questions?
A lot, but not today. Huh?
Okay. Okay. Well, for today, I'm just going to leave you guys with one little exercise that I find fun. Actually, I'm going to show you two in case you don't have a pendulum. One of the ways that we can sense energy and see the flow of energy is with a pendulum. If you don't have a pendulum, one can be made very easily if you have a ring and a piece of string, or a washer and a piece of string. Yeah, they can be made very easily. So we can take the pendulum and we hold it, and the way that we see how the energy is flowing is that we just simply intend for the pendulum to show us the flow of energy. So we have 7 major chakras in our bodies, and these are the major ones. However, every one of our joints has a chakra in it. Every joint in our body has a small chakra as well. The palms of the hands also have chakras. If I want to see if my chakras in my hands are compromised, I can hold a pendulum over it and see which way the pendulum swings. If the chakra is open and the energy is flowing, what we will see is a clockwise circular motion of the pendulum. If the energy field is completely clogged and there is no energy flow there, the pendulum won't move. If it moves in any other direction besides clockwise, it's an indication that there could be a compromise in the energy flow in that area. So to see what, hold it back a little bit further, to see what the energy field in the palm of my hand is doing, I would simply hold the pendulum over the palm of my hand. I'm just going to set the intention that I want to see where the energy flow is. Yay, and I do have a clockwise round motion. This is good. It was counterclockwise earlier when I checked it before the lecture. And now I see it's got a good clockwise spin. So I have a nice open field here. I can also do it above my crown. We'll see what the crown's doing. Oh, crown's a little compromised. It's a small back and forth. Small back and forth on the crown. So my energy is open here and I have it flowing, but as you see it's going back and forth, it's not a clockwise spin. So what I would want to do is concentrate on that field and open it up. Envision my connection to the universe and receiving that universal energy. And that will help to affect a change in the spin and open it up. Might take me a moment or two, but eventually it would open up to where it would start spinning clockwise for me. Now I'm noticing it's a little better than it was just by kind of intending that and thinking about it. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. So this is something you can do to sense the energy flows in your body, in the bodies of others, to see if there's a compromise in any of the energy centers. And like I said, we want to see a nice clockwise spin. Anything else can indicate a compromise in the flow. And so then we would just focus on that chakra and area of the body and feed it energy, appreciation, and our intention that it opens and spins in a healthy manner. Another way that we can practice sensing energies are through our hands. And we can just envision that the energy from the palms of our hands is creating a ball, a nice little energy ball. And we can just kind of play with that energy ball until you start to feel the heat. Now, a lot of people are kinesthetic, meaning they can feel the energies, they can sense it on their skin and their hands. Other people can see the energies. They can see colors. They can see ripples through the air. It can present like in the summertime when you see heat coming off of the asphalt, you can see those waves of heat in the air. People will be able to see those waves around someone's body, the energy emissions. There are other ways too of sensing the energy. You can also scent is another way to sense the energy. Some practitioners might smell a burning or smell a spring breeze, or have different aromas, sensations present to them when they're working with a client. Some people just have a knowing, like a vision, like the movie screen on the inside of your mind. You just have a vision of something. Other people might just know. You know, it's like if you could look at a person and just know that they're sad, or just know that there's something physiological not functioning properly. So there are many different ways of sensing the energies, and not everybody has the same way of doing it. Each person is unique. Some people don't sense it at all. It doesn't mean it's not there. And the more you work with it, you will eventually sense and get a sense of it in one way or another, whether it's feeling it, a knowing, in your mind's eye, it will come. And the trick is just to be open to all these sensations and to pay attention to what your body and your mind are experiencing and feeling. Any questions?
Karen,
Yes.
do you know the HRMET in California, the Global Coherency Institute, and that kind of association of research? They also talk about the gratitude and the fact that the heart is very important, that you must have good feelings and so on.
Yes.
You know them?
I am not, you said they're, what was their name again?
HRMET?
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
Institute.
Yes. Yes, I do a lot of research in the HeartMath Institute. I also have an M-Wave Pro from HeartMath. Yes, it's the little one, you know, that you clip to the ear and you can do the biofeedback. HeartMath has amazing research and supporting evidence for energetic communication between individuals. They have found the link between mother and baby, that the mother's brain is energetically linked with the baby's heart, or is it vice versa? Baby's brain is with the mother's heart. I think it was what it is, actually. And so it's what I've always called momdar, when you just have that knowing or sense that something's not right with your kid. That is that energetic communication. You can just feel it. You know, I need my, something's not right with my kid. I need to find my kid. What's going on? Yeah, it's that link. And HeartMath Institute, yeah, they have some great research on that energetic communication that happens between people and the mechanics whereby it works. Tiller and Dibble, great researchers, some really good research and studies done from them, and also McCready from HeartMath. Amazing research, yes, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments?
No, not today.
Not today.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have for today then. And until next time, yeah, it was great to have you guys. I appreciate you being here, and it's fun chatting.
Yeah. It was
Thank
very
you,
interesting.
Karen.
Yes.
It was
Okay.
very interesting today. Very interesting. Yeah.
Good. Glad I could provide some information that's relevant.
Okay.
So have a nice weekend, guys. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you all for being here.
Bye.
Namaste.
Tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.